showing that race. It's a non-Diamond League race earlier in the programme, but I'm sure people watching would be wanting to know victory for Mleczek Girma a little earlier today. Well, this is full of quality. 14 women only in history have run under the magic 9-minute mark, and 3 of them are here this evening. We've got the Olympic silver and bronze medalists from Paris last year. No Winfried Jarvi, the Olympic champion. She has been beaten in her last 2 races, maybe taking some time out just to regroup. 2 pacemakers on the left. CHEROTICH, Faith CHEROTICH, she is the in-form athlete. Bronze last year in Paris in the Olympics, but she's beaten Jarvi in her last 2 races brilliantly. There is Cherotich, the Olympic silver medalist, who was a disappointing 7th in Doha, who has dropped quite badly, but has bounced back since. Alice Finot, wow, listen to the roar for Alice Finot. Such a popular athlete, that wonderful 4th place in the Olympics last year, after which she got down on one knee, many people will remember, and proposed to her long-term boyfriend. Quite the moment. Semba Almeo, the World Under-20 steeplechase champion. Gabby Jennings is in there as well. We've got the in-form Napoleon Lea Meyer from Germany, European silver medalist, Vaudois as well. So plenty of quality here. It's a reasonable field, 12 athletes plus the 2 pacemakers, but those are the 2 big names in this race. Chematai, the Olympic silver medalist, and CHEROTICH, the bronze medalist. CHEROTICH, the woman in form. Meeting record 8:52.78, held by Ruth Jebet. So away we go, nice and cleanly on the far side, 7.5 laps of the track. And the pace that's been asked for, it keeps the maths very, very simple. 3-minute kilometres, 6 minutes for 2 kilometres. That equates to a very easy 72 seconds per lap. But it all depends on whether these athletes will fancy it and what they will do with the pacemakers. We've got 2 of them. Giuseppe from Poland will lead them first of all, and then Chebet will take over pacemaking duties. But I've been really impressed, Hannah, in the last few weeks with the way CHEROTICH has taken on Jarvi, who has been reigning supreme ever since the Olympic title and for the last few years, and she has been fearless.
Well, you think of Winfried Jarvi getting really close to Beatrice Chepkowicz's world record last year. You know, you kind of thought, that's it, Jarvi's going to be untouchable, but I think you're totally right that CHEROTICH has been fearless, and she's been happy to run the race in different ways, to sit in the pack, to push on, to have a sprint finish. Perith Chematai didn't look all that good in her last Diamond League appearance, but then she did look good winning in Hengelo. She ran around a 9:07, looked a lot more like herself. So I think CHEROTICH might think it's great that she's not got Jarvi, but she has perhaps got a Perith Chematai in better form than she was last time.
Yeah, I agree with that, although it was a slightly weaker field in terms of opposition overall, with no disrespect to those people in Hengelo. So we've got a group here with the 2 pacemakers and the 2 main names. Just a slight gap then to the chasers, including the likes of Meyer, who is dangerous. We've also got Tessa Krause, who is in this race, and we were just talking before we came on air about her fall, sadly, in Oslo, which really annoyed her because she has been in brilliant form. 68 for that first lap, so it's quick. It's much quicker than the desired pace, and that's why the group has broken up so much. You can see the green lights there. They're well ahead. 68 for the first 400 metres.
And there are going to be some red lights. The French Federation World Championship standard of 9:16, so I think we could see certainly the likes of Renault just sitting on that, and some of the Americans in this race as well, just sitting a little bit off this pace because they're ahead of the lights, and these lights are set underneath 9-minute pace. Brilliantly, Fino, Meyer, Krause having a go at this, just kind of, you know, Meyer's already run a personal best in Oslo. Why not just roll the dice, get involved with going at 9-minute pace, see what happens.
Fino also has made a few changes since the Olympics. She's got a new team in, predominantly French. She's also made a tactical change. That was her there, yeah. Well, she's landed badly. She's still okay. She's got time to make her way back in. Commentators cursed just as we were talking about her. She almost took a tumble. But she's also said that she's going to try and be more aggressive and hang on to the leading African runners for longer rather than drop back, and here she has just dropped back but not for intentional reasons, and stay with them for as long as possible rather than have to make a charge later in the race.
I think what we saw there from Alice Fino is as the athletes approach a barrier, you'll see so many of them step out. The women in front of them are blocked their view, so they step.
First kilometre in this women's steeplechase was almost bang on the money, just outside 3 minutes exactly as they come through with 4 laps to go, and the field has been broken up quite substantially. Chemutai and CHEROTICH with Almeo and Muleta, the 2 Ethiopians. There is Almeo in pursuit of the 2 leading athletes, and well, Alice Fino, it's not at all how she planned her race, and she is quite some way back. So clear daylight now between the 2 big names, the Ugandan of Chemutai, the Kenyan CHEROTICH, Almeo, the youngster, who's working really hard. Then we go further back to Maya, the German, and Muleta. Maya in 4th place at the moment. Little battle going on there, but clear daylight, and this has been stretched wide open here.
There's been a big move from Gabby Jennings as well, her and Courtney Wayman deciding to be sort of conservative through that first kilometre and then move, because they're both moving very well through the field. And there you can see Gabby Jennings and Wayman have closed right up on the 2 athletes in 4th and 5th.
So we'll be getting a 2nd kilometre readout in around 45 seconds time, and CHEROTICH, who likes to do the running, all the heavy lifting. Chemutai is just too content to sit back. Then we have 2 Ethiopians, but the gap's getting bigger and bigger with 3 to go, and this has quickened up, no doubt about it. The field has been split apart, and they are getting quicker and quicker.
So the green lights were set to go 3 minutes, 6 minutes, and then speed up a little bit. So, but they're miles ahead of that. If the green lights are on the correct pace, they're miles under 9-minute pace. We're going to have a look at the 2nd kilometre. That will be down the back straight here, and that will give us an idea of what Faith CHEROTICH and Perith Chemutai can be on for here.
Working together, working almost as a pair as well as against each other. 2:58 that 2nd kilometre, so they are well inside 9-minute pace. And just to remind you, only 14 women in history have gone under 9 minutes. The world lead is the only athlete to have gone under 9 this year. That is Doris Lembole, the Kenyan, 8:58.15. So that is very much on and within the compass of these 2.
CHEROTICH and Chemutai, been wonderful to see them under 9 minutes this season. The world lead from the NCA winner, Lemon Goal of Kenya, did go 8:58. So I'm sure that's in the back of the mind of these 2 athletes. They want to have that world leading mark. CHEROTICH, she looked up at the big screen there. She will see that she's only got Perith Chemutai for company. The green lights are miles behind her. And Gabby Jennings still on the charge. She's moved all the way up into 4th place, the American, just passing through with 2 laps to go.
Well, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. CHEROTICH leading from Chemutai. CHEROTICH has won the last 2 Diamond Leagues, going for a 3rd. They're just being urged on, and well, this is almost getting into world record territory. If these 2 can keep going like this and negotiate the remaining barriers as they hope they can, we could be on for something special here. CHEROTICH has done all the hard work, and Chemutai is just lurking. It's so often been the reverse. No Yavi, remember, and they're coming into the home straight for the penultimate time, and they're getting a real roar on here. This could be something very, very special indeed.
CHEROTICH and Chemutai, they've been caught by the green lights here, but remember they were set to go faster in the final kilometre, so that doesn't mean they're slowing necessarily. That's on 8:58, those lights behind it. It could be a big burn up and an important victory for whoever gets this next lap correct.
7:46 at the bell. A reminder, the world record 8:44. We might be outside of that sort of territory, but we could be in for something inside the top 10 performances of all time. It's a straight dust up now on the final 400 metres between CHEROTICH and Chemutai. Almeo is a distant 3rd, and then behind it's Maya and Muleta. Nothing much has changed. CHEROTICH, is it a matter of time? When will Chemutai go? Will CHEROTICH be able to respond? 2:50 to go. Another barrier safely negotiated. They're ahead of the lights again, and now goes Chemutai. Chemutai has made her move. Chemutai has gone. Is it decisive? Final water jump. They come together. Now then, battling shoulder to shoulder, side by side, coming in. Has CHEROTICH found another gear? Is there a response? Yes, there is so far. Final barrier, one to come. Keep an eye on the clock. Wow, it's going to be quick, and CHEROTICH has done it again. It's going to be 3 from 3 for the Kenyan. Let's keep an eye on the clock. 8:53.38. Wow! What a performance. She's smashed the world lead. That has taken 5 seconds off the best time in the world this year. What a race. 6th fastest time in history. And no Winfried Yavi. What will she make of that, I wonder? I'm sure she's watching on. But Faith CHEROTICH further underlines not just how informed she is, but is she the one to watch, I wonder, for the World Championships in Tokyo? Still 3 months away, but that's emphatic. 3 from 3.
CHEROTICH really does look the woman to beat. She's happy to push the pace in that final kilometre, and I don't know if she does something that gives the other athletes a bit of hope in the last 300, because we saw Winfried Yavi have a go and Perith Chemutai have a go this.
Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channels once more. Kindly, if watching me for the first time, make sure you subscribe, like, share and comment. So guys, hope you have watched a very powerful race from Faith CHEROTICH. Hope you all know Faith CHEROTICH. So Faith CHEROTICH is from Kenya. Kenya is another country from Africa which normally produce a lot of talents from Africa. We know that apart from Jamaica being the champions of short races, we have also Kenya. Kenya is another country, and Faith CHEROTICH just broke a lot of records in Paris, a lot of world record in Paris. So in terms of athletics, you cannot count out Jamaica and Kenya. So Faith CHEROTICH, she came very strong in that race, as you can see, and break that record. So he came number 1, and other destroyed the field completely. So we all know that Jamaica is the home of short races, but in terms of long races, we normally give to Kenya, because Kenya has a lot of talents, has a lot of athletics who can run with energy. Look at how the Kombosh, how they really started. She really started with a lot of energy, with a lot of power, and in terms of these long races, they normally worked with timing. You can see how Faith CHEROTICH started in a very low way, and their competitors started with running with a lot of pace, but he just kept his pace, concentrating on his pace, and that made him, when she reaches the final race, you can see the really Faith CHEROTICH, because Faith CHEROTICH has just she really had a lot of record in world now. It's not the first time he's winning this race, but he has just won these races for so long time. So that race is recently being held in Paris and in France, and a lot of fans travel across all over the world going to watch this race. And this race really embraced a lot of African. We know that our brother from Jamaica, they don't participate in these long races, because they normally practice a lot of in short races, and long races they normally leave for Africans. And we normally know that Africa and Jamaica are just same blood. So she has set a record in that 3,000 meters and destroyed the field completely, and that is Faith CHEROTICH from Kenya. and you can see African black people normally dominated that race, because Ethiopia came the second, and also the Ethiopia is from Africa. So you can see how really Africa is really dominating these races, and it has been dominated for so long. We have had the likes of Eliud Kipchoge being set at an abnormal record. We have seen a lot of people from Africa has just set those races. So that race is for you guys. And let me see reaction is if you are from Kenya. Let me see reaction on these races. How and you normally practice the climate of your country that favors the climate of your country that makes you to beat the world. So you cannot rule the black people in terms of those races. You can rule them in maybe bowling, but in terms of races, short races and long races, you can't count them out. They will really destroy you completely in field, and you can see how the energy that athletics have. They started in low races, but the finishing power that is normally matters, because you can start with a lot of pace, with a lot of energy, but in finishing you will fail, and that's what normally those guys normally fail. But in Africa and other countries, they normally started in low, but they really finished with a lot of pace. So kindly guys, for watching me for the first time, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, share and comment. And for my returning viewers, thank you so much for watching my video. See you later. Bye.